Okay, this is a demo of our rebuilt 48-inch table Bridgeport Milling Machine. It's got a variable speed head. It's got an upgrade to 4-axis on the DRO. It's normally a 2-axis. And normally an X-axis power feed. This one's got the upgrade to the Y and the Z as well. So as I say, this one's been fully rebuilt. That means reground on X, Y and Z axes. All the gibs re-tear sighted and scraped in. And when we're doing the regrind, we also regrind obviously the slideway on the table, but of course to square everything up we regrind the top of the table and the two sides as well. So it's absolutely beautiful. It's just like a new machine. Spent an absolute fortune on bearings, belts, lead screws and so on. So I'm going to run through the machine and show you it all working now in like a virtual demo, but obviously please come down and see it for yourself in real life. Okay, so the X, as I say, it's all been reground, so it's super smooth all the way across, really nice. Obviously the new lead screw and the new nut ensure that it is super smooth all the way. Same with the Y-axis, all been reground, new lead screw, new nuts, everything, all new gibs, well, new gibs scraped in, re-tear sighted, really nice. Okay, and the knee, again, all been reground, lovely and smooth. The lead screw's new, the nuts for the lead screw is all new, and there's quite a large bearing in there as well on this one. It's a really good size, and we replaced that as standard on all of our Bridgeports. Okay, so we've also, there's no point doing all this regrind if you're not going to change the lube system. So the lube system's all been replaced, all new pipes, all new metering units, the pump's all been serviced, it's all working as it should be. All the locks have been serviced, so the X, the Y and the knee lock have all been serviced and all working as they should. Okay, so power feeds, they're all variable speed, they're all brand new. They all come with a 1-year warranty. The Align 500PX, which is the highest power model we can get. They all got variable feed rate and rapid override. In the middle here they've got auto stops as well, so you can move these stops wherever you need them to be and adjust them for wherever the job happens to be. Just don't take these stops off, and there's a little hidden stop under there, don't take that out as well. They're there for a reason, to make sure it stays working right. Same with the Y-axis. The Y-axis got stops, but I'd say just leave them where they are. They're set at the extremities, especially the back one. If someone starts moving around, it can be forgotten about and something can get crunched. So just leave them where they are, leave them set. What I'll do now is I'll run all 3 power feeds together. Obviously you're not going to do that in a normal production environment, but for the points of a video demo, it'll show you that they actually do all run together. So, and it'll look quite good on the video, I guess. So it shows you the machine's got enough power to supply all 3 at the same time. And all of them are variable speed, all got a rapid override as well. Should be able to see them all giving a readout on the DRO as they move around. Okay, so moving on, variable speed head now and the quill test. Okay, so firing up the variable speed head, we're running at 1300 RPM at the moment. There we go, so lovely and quiet. That's 2,500. Back down to 2,000. And back down to 500. Okay, in reverse now. Just as quiet in reverse. All the way up. 2,600. Back down to 2,000. 1,000. And 500 in high range. We spend a lot of time and money on the variable speed heads, so all new pulleys, all new bearings, all new belts, there's new shafts in there as well, and a lot of man hours to actually make them sound that quiet. So they are a lot of work. Okay, so swapping now from high range to low. So you push this handle in, you go back to the low range and engage. Now this is a reversing gear. Get a lot of questions asked, why does it just say forward and reverse on the switch there? It's due to the fact that this, when you put it in low range, it does actually reverse the spindle. So that's why it just says that up there. Okay, so we're in low range now, fire it up. We're running around 50 RPM. And there's middle distance, 120. 260, just as quiet. Just as quiet in reverse. 260, back to 120, and there's 50 RPM. Okay, so before we go to high range, we're just going to go to the neutral position, which is there. There's a little noggin to denote where it is. And that allows you to freewheel the spindle for clocking up any PCDs you might need to clock up. So push the handle back in and we get ourselves into high range. Make sure it's locked in before we fire up. And there we go, back to high, just as quiet. Okay, so I'm going to set it around 1300 RPM now. And I've already engaged the quill. It does actually ship disengaged because, you know, there's no point running the quill needlessly. So if you're not using it for any length of time, just put it on to disengage. Okay, so it's on engage here. We're going to come slightly off the stop. So take the quill lock off. Just come off the stop slightly because it won't engage if it's all the way at the top or all the way at the bottom. Okay, so and then engage it. You see it's feeding down now. You'll also see the DROs giving a readout, and that's coming from this scale here. That's the fourth axis on your DRO system. And that actually sums with, so the quill scale will sum with the knee. It's a really nice system. So wherever you move the table or the quill, it will sum it for you. Excuse me. There we go, shuts down on the stop as it should. Okay, coming off the stop again, I'm going to reverse the feed now. I'm going to do that by pulling this forward and reverse knob out and then re-engaging. You see it's going to feed back up now. So for every spindle speed, you've got 3 different feed rates. That's the highest. Move this lever to the middle there, and that's the slowest. Down to the bottom, and that's the medium. And all the way back up to see they're all working as they should. I'll reverse the feed again, knock it off, push the forward and reverse feed knob in, and then re-engage, and it feeds back down again. So that's working absolutely fine. Okay, just knock the machine off with the guard there. Okay, so let's test the quill lock. We'll turn the variable speed head off, move the quill all the way to the top, and then there's a quill lock here. That locks the quills for doing any milling, so that all works great as well. Okay, so demo over. Please come down and see it for yourself in real life, and obviously many thanks for watching. Cheers.